Hi there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi.
Now I can hear you. Excellent.
Okay, I'm so glad. I'm so excited to have you on here today.
Oh, thank you. Finally, after I don't know how long, we meet again.
So, it will be an easy conversation. It will last
Okay.
for 15 minutes, I guess. Yes, 50
O-
minutes.
Okay, excellent.
How are you doing these
Oh,
days?
I'm doing very well right now. I am struggling a little bit with Russian language. I cannot manage to understand it. I am stupid with it, but I'm fine.
Oh, really? Are
Yeah.
you studying Russian? I remember once you said that you are really trying to learn Russian.
Yes, but I don't have, my problem is that I don't have a program, so to say. So I just listen to podcasts. I don't understand. I don't have something like a structure. So it's frustrating. Yeah, I need to do something like that. What about you? How are you doing?
Okay. I'm doing great, and I'm now on my summer holidays. That's
Ah,
why I'm so,
uh,
yeah, relaxed.
yeah.
And one more question about learning Russian. Are you using any application or any videos, or did you meet any Russian friends online to learn English to
Yeah, actually, yeah,
help with you?
yeah, but you know what? It's a little bit complicated because in Mexico the Russian language is not very common. It's kind of weird, actually. It's not because we usually the language that we study generally is the English, of course, because we are so close to US. But Russian language is kind of a very different, absolutely different language, and just starting by the alphabet, it's super different. So yeah, but I've managed to understand a little bit, and it's kind of fun to me because I don't have this pressure that I need to go and live in Russia or something like that. It's just like a hobby. So I'm kind of taking that easy, perhaps easier than I should, but I am enjoying the process. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, I see, because it's a really difficult language, even for people who live in my country, also
Mm,
have difficulties with Russian. As you know, Russian language is our like second language.
yes.
Yeah, we study Russian at schools, universities, but in spite of that, we sometimes also have difficulties with it.
Mm.
So, and what's your aim to study Russian? And I heard if you want to learn any foreign languages, you have to have some exact aim to have a good result.
Yeah, I think you must have an something in mind, like why you want. A lot of people talk about motivation. I really, yeah, you should have motivation, but you cannot always stay motivated. It's not possible, especially in a language. So you should. I think the main thing is to set an objective and see what, like, I want to learn because of this, and no matter if I feel motivated today or not, just go ahead and study. Because a lot of people, I've talked a lot. I've watched a lot of videos actually about people saying that learning a language, learning a new thing, actually, basically anything, you should feel the motivation. It's not about feeling, it's about more like setting up objectives and just get them done. That's it. Because you cannot feel motivated always. And to me, that's a good thing, to just be disciplined enough to just realize that you have to get some things done, even if the process is a little bit difficult. So yeah, I think it's mainly that why you wanna do something, and if it's worth it, then you just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, course, I fully agree with you. For example, when I was studying at university, my profession was connected with English. That's why I was always motivated to learn English. But after university, I also wanted to learn any other languages, but I didn't have any motivation for that. I didn't have any aim to set up for learning it. That's why I always use it to give up learning any other languages. Yeah, you are right. And can you give any advice for learning English, for learning any other languages? Yeah.
You know, it's very difficult. It's a kind of complicated because each person has a different way of learning. So there are
Yeah.
many ways of learning. So sometimes I think that basically you should at least like a little bit the things that you are learning, or feel at least feel a little bit of I don't know, curiosity, so to say. And so it depends on the person. It depends why you want to learn it, because it's very different when you are trying to learn something and you are under pressure that you need. For example, the people that go to live in other countries or in English speaking countries, and they must survive there. It's different than if you are just at home, sitting on the couch and just enjoying and watching a movie, and you're learning what you're watching a movie. It's different. It's a different situation. So I think it depends on the way you learn, and also why you want to learn it. But basically, I like the immersion method, which is you are kind of living inside this country that you made up by yourself, like, so you listen to the music in English, for example, if that's the language you're trying to learn. All the everything else, you watch the movies, you can watch the movies in English, or at least with English subtitles, or just get a little bit acquainted with the language that you're learning. I think that's basic.
Yeah, I fully support your idea. And one of my questions is connected with Mexico. Maybe someone wants to visit Mexico in the future from my country. I don't know. What can you advise for tourists who just want to visit Mexico, or I don't know, to visit the USA throughout Mexico when they cross border? Maybe you can give some exact two or more advice. Yeah. So list of advice.
I think that first you should do some research before coming to Mexico. So which cities are safe to visit, because we have very safe places here, but that's true that we have also a little bit of a complicated issue with the criminal organizations. But usually the news tend to make everything super intense and, so dramatic, and don't go to Mexico, because if you go to Mexico, you won't come back alive. And that is a huge lie, because we have very beautiful places and very safe places. But my first recommendation is if you want to come here, you should first know where to come, where to visit to feel safe, and that's it. And the communication in Mexico, we are pretty good in communicating basically everything. Like, we are very expressive. So you won't have, as a foreigner, you won't have problem communicating. You don't need to know Spanish in order to communicate with a Mexican. It's not important, because we are so expressive, and we use our hands, we use the translator. You don't need to worry about that. But one thing you need to worry is that you need to respect Mexicans, because we're very territorial. We are very territorial, so we are very welcoming, but as long as you respect us. So now we are having this big issue with people from US. So we call it gentrificación, which means that a lot of people from US are coming to live in Mexico. They are earning in dollars. They are doing their home office jobs. They have home office jobs, so they can be like a nomad. You know, they can be nomads and moving and working from everywhere, but they decide to come to Mexico. They stay here in Mexico. They earn in dollars. They pay the rent in pesos, which is way better for them. We're having this issue because they are coming like massively, and now people from Mexico, we don't have where to live because the prices of the apartments are going very high, and so people are not cannot afford to pay for them. So we don't like that. We don't like that being like kind of we appreciate when people respect us and when they just have curiosity about our culture, gastronomy. But generally, these people, they don't care about it. They just care about like, okay, I'm earning in dollars, so I'm paying in pesos. So we don't like that. And so you should be aware of this situation, and that as general, we are very welcoming and friendly with foreigners, but you should always have this in mind, that we are territorial and that we like to be respected.
Thank you for this information. I think next time people will note it
Yes.
and have in mind.
Sure.
As I see, Mexican people are very friendly and welcoming. They always are eager to help foreigners. I am so glad to hear about it. And I know that you have some minutes and you have to go. That's
Yes.
why I don't want to take your time.
Oh,
Thank
don't worry
you for
about it.
joining this interview, conversation, a short
Yeah.
conversation.
It was nice. It was nice talking to you again after so long. So I'm waiting for
Thank
you
you.
to come to Mexico. You should be the first one to come to Mexico and make like a video of you touristing in Mexico.
Yeah, I will be so glad to visit
Yes.
Mexico one day, and I think my aim, my dream also will come to realistic in the future, and one day I will visit and make a video and download it on YouTube channel.
Yes, of
I will be,
course.
of course, so glad to
Okay.
make it. Yeah.
Sure. I will be glad to welcome you here.
By the way, I'm so sorry I didn't introduce you to my followers and to my subscribers. Can you tell about in short, your name and which city are you from?
Okay, I am Maria Luisa. I am from Mexico, and I love being a Mexican actually. Especially the food is the best part of Mexico, and the people, of course. I live in the north of Mexico in a city called Saltillo, and yeah, I enjoy learning a lot of things. And now I have you as a friend, and as I told you before, I would be glad if you come here and we could make a video together.
Thank you so much. I'm also so glad. I'm so excited to have a friend from Mexico. In my opinion, it's a very lucky situation when you have friends from all over the world.
Sure.
And yes, sure. And it's not also about learning languages. It's also to know about another culture. And I think it's very important to respect another culture, language. And I will be so glad to taste local cuisine in Mexico and dance and try to dance in national Mexican. Yeah.
Sure. You will have a good time for sure.
Yes, I'm sure I will have a very funny time in Mexico. Yes, I'm also open-minded person to another culture. So I'm so glad, for having this short conversation, and thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice.
Thank you.
Talking to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.